Another ally down. And so it falls to me again to chronicle the dangerous quests of the heroes. I was not a fan of Carmen, but few deserve such a brutal death, especially one apparently on the path of redemption. The trap that was sprung was such that the heroes are lucky to be alive at all. Tulok having almost not made it himself. And through quick action and wits, the heroes made it out using more secrets within this labyrinth. Steeling themselves, they pressed forward, pressing down the death of another fallen comrade. Dangerous fungi halted their way, and the avarice of new treasure has seen them spring another trap as mimics target them for their next meal. An object lesson, though I worry their wits will slowly be clawed away from them all.
Welcome back, folks. You ever not have intro banter? How does that make you feel, Freeman? Oh, one sec. I gotta check Twitter.
That'll be the first time Duncan has introduced the show.
That's not true. I introduced episode 7.
Did you?
It's sad that you know
did you mark it on your calendar?
Yeah, I still listen back to it.
Dear Diary.
Oh God!
I have a cassette tape of it put up on the fridge.
So I've been watching this documentary on Netflix, and by documentary, I'm using the most insane air quotes. I can't even remember what it's called. Scott, do you remember? It's like ancient
civilizations.
But it's this wild documentary where this guy is presenting these theories that there was a technologically advanced race pre-Ice Age. And Netflix has it classified as a documentary, but there has been a lot of pushback on that because it is very clearly not true. The whole thesis of the show is that there's this race of technologically advanced giants who went to different places around the world and helped them build pyramids after the Ice Age. So I was wondering if you guys have any just batshit insane conspiracy theories that you absolutely believe are correct.
Well, can I just start off by saying shout out Graham Hancock?
Yeah, you are one of the funniest people on the planet, and I know you don't mean to be, but that's what makes it so sad.
Well, it's just like for so many things, he really he had me reeled in because I used to listen to Joe Rogan podcasts. He was always talking about cool shit. And I like to think that we don't know everything. And then all of a sudden it's just and race of giants. And I'm just like, well, there we go.
Yeah. There's always a problem when you go from the position of we don't know everything to I'm 100% sure this is true with no evidence at all. You're like, okay, hold the phone. What happened to the philosophy of we don't know everything? Why are you so confident? Pump the brakes.
There's one episode where he's interviewing, where they're talking about the Hanging Gardens of Babylon and how they found a site that may have been an aqueduct for a Mesoamerican civilization. And then they then speculate from there that this could have been the South American Hanging Gardens of Babylon. This could have been the sixth wonder of the world. And they cut to a different location, and he's talking to a guy. He's like, do you think this could have been another Hanging Gardens of Babylon? Which is A, leading question. And B, the guy says yes. And then his credits pop up. And his credits are author, Secrets of Atlantis. That's it. Those are his credits, is that he one time wrote a book about Atlantis. And now he's qualified to comment on whether this, what is clearly an Incan aqueduct, was once a great wonder of the world.
Oh, man.
Hey, shout out edibles, all right? I'm just going to throw that in the same category.
We are big fans of recreational use of marijuana over here at the Uncharted North.
Oh, that's funny. Yep, it's amazing how quickly you could just gloss over whether or not something is legit, just for the express purpose of making it legit. It puts me in mind of the documentary that follows the Flat Earthers. Don't remember what it's called, but it's like kind of beautiful in a weird sort of community way, because and a very ironic way, because spoilers here, but they basically prove themselves wrong
continually.
Like
amazing,
continually, and then they get like a $10,000 like gyroscopic like measuring machine to prove there's no curvature to the Earth, and then they prove that there is. They're like, oh, if it was, it would be this much, and because it isn't, it won't be, and then it was that much, and then they're like, oh, well, we still believe it anyway, because we love our community. And it becomes like a sort of like, oh, you guys are really just like have found people that you enjoy being around, and that's kind of why you're sticking to it. But like you proved yourselves wrong. It's so sad to watch.
It was a beautiful moment.
It's cute until it's not. Like it's really cute and funny until all of a sudden you're like, oh, some of these people taking this stuff way too seriously is like ruining people's lives and stuff. But that said, I totally think we're in a classic Saint Elsewhere right now, where we're just in a snow globe being looked at by a child.
Okay, we got Duncan's conspiracy theory.
He doesn't believe snow globes are real.
No, Saint Elsewhere, it was an old show that was like a hospital drama, but then at the very end, they revealed the entire thing to be a snow globe of the hospital that a child was looking at. Yeah,
so not only that show, but like the 12 other shows that it was spun off from it.
Yeah, it wasn't just a child. It was like it was specifically a child with autism, if I remember correctly. And that child had spun all the tales in their own head.
Tommy Westphal. We might have talked about this before, actually.
I've never actually watched the show, but there was an amazing episode on exactly that topic on the Imaginary Worlds podcast, which I highly recommend. Really, really cool. And they talked to the sort of writer and creator and the guy who basically decided how to end it and what they went through and to figure out how to end it. They didn't know, and they were like, we didn't want to just do it. It's all just a dream kind of thing, but like also we kind of did, and they went through some really, really insane ideas that were turned down. But they almost went too insane on purpose. It's kind of like the old Matt Damon, Ben Affleck thing they did with the Good Will Hunting. They went crazy so that they would be like, shut that down, but then you meet me halfway kind of thing. Yeah, it worked really cool. Great concept. Wow, where did we go with this?
Well, I want to shout out my conspiracy theory that I think is real. All those people that said that Dungeons and Dragons promotes satanic worship. So right. So right.
True. You should see Scott's apartment. It's filled with candles.
I had a real answer to this.
Absolutely.
And this is just going real sideways.
I love
it. When I'm done this episode, I need to clean up the blood sacrifice of a goat I did in my room to make sure that I didn't die last episode. It's been there for,
and then do your laundry.
It's been there for a week.
God, the smell. Light some incense at least.
He's just getting into character.
Yeah.
Just gouging one of his eyes out.
Yeah, it's for the listeners and Satan.
It really works for an audio medium. Hail Satan and thank you, listeners.
Shout out my Dark Lord.
Oh, fuck.
Like, subscribe, and hail Satan.
I mean, it's not inaccurate.
Oh god, it's so funny.
All right, James, where's your segue?
I had one for the question that I asked, not for whatever the hell this is.
What was? Let's backtrack. What was your segue?
Right.
It's no longer applicable.
Speaking of being hidden in plain sight, we kicked the shit out of these mimics.
That works. We'll just ADR in a good segue for that segue later.
Yeah. There's your no context segue of the week, listeners.
What a no context segue is just a sentence.
I think it's just the first scene in Paul Blart.
Oh, the guy's got jokes.
I'm sick of them. Let's move on.
Speaking and observing and reporting, let's take a look at what's going on in this grand concourse.
Let's take a look at the room you have here. You still have a door to the old west, but you have a now open.
Sorry, we need to backtrack for a hot second because I just realized he's called the King of Queens because he lives in Queens.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Holy shit! I am fucking dumb.
I don't know how to tell you about why they call it Cheers, but
It's okay. It doesn't matter. It was all a dream.
Why did they name it Frasier anyway?
Also, all a dream, apparently.
What? Frasier?
The Cheers is connected to St. Elsewhere.
Oh, it is too.
Yeah. Cheers.
But it's also connected
MASH,
to Wings as
Wings, yeah. Frasier.
well. Yeah. Okay. Seriously, let's play. We have a sweet room to the north. That's Spall with a broken down door. Door to the west that's not open, and these two hatches that lead down with ladders attached to them, and an empty weapon rack. That's it. What do you do next?
Tulok is definitely surprised by what's just happened, and
I mean, yeah.
he says,
how is
like I
Tulok
should've
feeling
seen that
actually?
coming.
Because like you just got had twice in a row real quick. Not to mention the fact that none of you have processed Carmen's death yet. I know you weren't close to him, but like you've not given yourself time, which is pretty classic of you guys at this point.
What are you saying? Our role playing sucks?
No, I'm saying you usually get to it, but like you have
I'm
a
just kidding.
tendency to move on when you're like, shit, fuck, god damn it, oh god, that's too crazy. I gotta move on.
got no time for sentimentality.
My character is young, and her god is a Rory. Like, I think I'm role playing this right on par.
Oh no, you're good, but you just maybe you're getting to become desensitized at this point to a certain degree. I can see that.
She is also a military woman, so probably.
It's been a crazy couple weeks.
Yeah, I'd say.
Tulok rolls a 32 occultism, recall knowledge on mimics.
Yep. They are exactly what you thought. They are believed to be the result of a failed experiment meant to animate objects, or a sinister, possibly a sinister Algolthu creation. I don't know if you're familiar with Algolthus. I know James is at least. But
nope, you got me.
They're
Bud.
basically very clever. No, okay. They're like the 5e aboleth, like mastermind aquatic creatures. Aboleths fall under the family of Algolthus, if I remember correctly.
Okay, cool.
But regardless, like mimics are. What? Yes, Duncan. I know that explained nothing to you.
No, basically, it sounds like you'd go to a place called like Humunculikeia and pick up some mimics.
So aboleths and whatnot, I'll give a brief. I don't have a fully detailed history, but they are essentially aquatic aberrations that are immensely intelligent and super manipulative and like psychic, I guess.
Yeah.
And they were responsible for, in the Galarian history, responsible for one of the most catastrophic events of the entire world that nearly destroyed all civilization and very much specifically destroyed an entire extremely advanced civilization. Whilst like that civilization not actually realizing they were being manipulated into their own destruction. Like
so they're like evil dolphins.
Also, spoilers for a PF1 adventure path.
Yeah, very much so. They're basically the dolphin version of Palpatine in Star Wars. A whole bunch of them. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, mimics are ambush predators, as you can imagine. Voracious eaters.
Darth Porpus-tine, by the way.
Nailed it.
That might be the most evil
Not
thing in
the
the
episode
universe.
Or like a sinister laugh, but it's a bunch of like clicks and whistles.
And dolphins are like the most evil creature in the sea already.
Oh, they're not nice. They're not nice. I mean, they can be.
More evil than them.
Mimics, yeah, they're basically cruel, self-serving, lie in wait for extremely long periods of time. They actually don't really, generally don't really like the company of another mimic. So it's a bit of an odd situation. And they tend to hang out alone. But they're very vigilant and very alert.
Weaknesses or anything like that for future endeavors?
None. Literally what you went through is what you'll experience. If you touch one, you'll get stuck to it. If they mimic an object, they have an automatic result of 28 deception for the DC of like discovering it. So like they're really hard to detect, essentially.
Okay, so Tulok says, I've read about these in books. They're referred to as mimics, and then hands off the information. Perhaps we should search this room, but try not to touch anything.
Gilda rolls her eyes so hard she gets whiplash.
Yes, good job mimicking.
All right, so you're going to go in and check the room out. So the room is basically filled with shattered jars. And among the debris, you can see one that is intact. And it is a small bottle. Appears to have like a briny concoction to it. So it's a little bit clouded. Kind of reminds you of seawater.
Okay, so now I don't want to touch it. Son of a bitch.
Why don't you roll me a Arcana or Occultism as well, Tulok?
30.
Sorry. Yeah, there's actually a second. There's two here. So there's that one, and there's also an ordinary corked glass bottle that contains appears to contain nothing. 30. Okay. Yeah, you can have it. You can have both. The first one is a Sea Touch elixir. So it basically alters the skin on your hands and feet, and the spaces between your fingers and toes become webbed, and you have a swim speed of 20 feet for 10 minutes.
Okay.
And the other one is bottled air. There's a limitless supply of fresh air, so you must uncork the bottle with interact action before you can activate it, and you draw a breath of air from the bottle. This allows you to breathe even in airless or toxic environments. Air doesn't escape the mouth of the bottle, so leaving the open bottle in an airless environment doesn't change the environment, but also doesn't change the effect of what's inside.
Tulok will take a risk and takes both the bottles.
Okay, you're good to go. I'll just throw them in your inventory.
Well, don't go doing that yet, because Tulok will walk out to Lady Gilda and says, Lady Gilda, you've saved my life many times, and perhaps this could help save yours. I know with that armor on, you often avoid water and are worried about it pulling you into the depths. This may help you in the future. And he passes her the bottle of air.
Okay.
Sorry.
James apparently thinks that's funny.
I do. I think that's hilarious. Sorry. Yeah, she happily accepts. You went on this diatribe about water and and life-saving, and you give her the one that doesn't make her swim. And I don't know why that got me, but it got me.
I was thinking the same thing.
You're just gonna keep on sinking, but you can breathe the whole way down.
Hey, that's what I thought. I was like, she'll just hit the bottom and walk along.
You'll need this to scream while you're drowning.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I hope it gets Gilda killed one day. So that Scott gets
it actually it wouldn't, I don't think. Yeah, so
God,
she takes it appreciatively. She doesn't giggle in your face like I did.
Yeah, bastard.
Sorry, man. I don't know why, but that got me.
I was honestly thinking the exact same thing. Oh, so funny.
It's funny because in my head it made absolute perfect sense.
Yeah, but to me it was just like this solid misdirection, like so good.
Yeah. Oh man.
Thank you. I do really appreciate that. I really do think it'll come in handy. And she's immediately thinking about going back to that mold room, but after remembering that Krugga said it wasn't just inhaled, she thinks better of it.
Yeah.
How's everyone looking for health? Because Tulak is a down.
Down a bit. Could spend time healing up, as we do.
I mean, not a bad call. I think that if we're gonna do that, Tulak is just gonna wander and try to listen down one of these hatches as the group kind of gets into doing a little bit of healing.
Yeah, if you look at the hatch, you can see. I mean, it's open and it leads down. The ladder's there, but you can see that the ladders are missing a number of rungs along the way. So it would take a small but necessary athletic check to climb down safely. But it appears to lead down to a water source, a rather large water source.
Are you able to climb back up easily, like with an athletics check?
Same athletics check, yeah, to climb up and down. But it leads down like quite far, like 40 feet or something.
So we could go down if you guys want. Gilda can now breathe as she sinks in the water, and she is an expert in athletics, so we can follow the leader.
Yeah, I think that Tulak would prefer not to go down yet, but he was just putting it out there to see what was down there, just in case.
It's probably been an hour since the last medicine check. So that is a 21 on Krugga.
Okay.
For 8 plus 18 back with a lay on hands, that's 26. Is that okay?
Yep, that's perfect.
Okay. Tulak, that is a 15. That's a meet to beat. That is 11 with 18 back from the lay on hands. How are you looking?
11 with 18.
11 plus 18, so 29 back.
I can just take the 18 would be fine.
Okay. Anyway, it's treat wounds on Krugga, treat wounds on Gilda, lay on hands on Krugga, and lay on hands on Tulak. It's 20 minutes gone.
You know that I am, apt to trust you, Jameson, on the healing stuff. Although we did discover, you did discover you've been cheating this whole time. Do you want to admit that on air real quick?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I realized I have been adding the disrupting damage to every strike. Prior to last episode, I was good last episode. I actually now have a separate macro, so when I hit the 1d6 positive only goes to undead from disrupting, so that's my bad.
He's been doing his 1d6 positive to everything.
Yeah.
When it's only undead.
So listeners, write in with the math of every enemy that shouldn't be dead.
Yeah.
It's actually not as bad as you think it is. Most of what we've fought so far has been undead.
But if for some reason you can figure out that it was too much damage and Lady Gilda should have died at some point, please let me know. And that I will punish James accordingly.
Yeah, Gilda just Marty McFlies out of this dungeon.
Yeah.
So, with them all healed up, Tulak will thank Lady Gilda for the lay on hands and moves towards the door on the west side of the room.
Oh, wait.
And
You
he
hear nothing.
detects magic
You
and
detect
listens.
nothing.
And
Nothing.
opens said door himself.
Wouldn't you know it, it's a big, long hallway that leads to the door at the far end, about 50 feet away from you. There does appear to be another hallway to the north, partway through, and a door to the south, a little bit further along. Approximately 1 2/3 of the way each.
Avoiding notice, Tulok will head down the hall towards
down the hall.
northern hall.
You see that the hallway that leads north actually is only 5 feet long, leads to a door.
Tulok will head to this door.
Krucka's following and scouting.
And if he hears or senses nothing, he will open the door as quietly as possible.
Okay.
Tulok's going rogue. He's going for it.
He's looked into the face of death and is now feeling bold. You take a moment to listen at the door, and you don't detect any magic. But you hear the occasional bump sound, like almost like a thud. Very light, very occasional.
Is there a pattern?
Nope.
Tulok will open the door.
Okay. You open the door to a room where the floor contains several open square pits. One in each of the 3 alcoves to the north, very similar to the ones you just saw in the other room. And then there are 2 rather larger pits in the middle of the room that are 10 by 10 feet, with a 5-foot sort of length between them. There is, you can't quite see it from where you're at, but should you step in, you'll notice that there is a dais on the western side that contains a stone throne with 2 rusty levers jutting from the floor next to it. And as you step in, you see a creature kind of almost leap at one point and land, making a thud. And another one leap and then land with a thud. And it looks a little something like this.
Oh, hello.
Oh, awesome. That looks like an is. Do you guys know the is?
No, what
No,
is
I
it?
don't believe so.
They're like this little race of creatures from the Max.
Okay.
Oh, one of our listeners was posting that the other today on the Discord. This is
Mighty
gonna be-
Max?
No, the
When
Max.
this releases is gonna be way off time, but yeah.
Was he talking about the Max?
Yeah.
He posted
a
a
panel.
little posted a panel from it and because he thought that's what the Mitflits looked like.
Oh, gotcha.
In the early episodes, yeah.
But yeah, now that you say that,
To me, it looks like a squig from Warhammer.
Someone describe it to the listeners.
It is a bullfrog without front hands, 5 eyes stacked on top of each other, a giant green tongue, and just razor sharp. A single row of razor sharp teeth, or so it appears. It also looks like it's frothing poison of some sort.
it's like a cacodemon from Doom with legs.
Yeah.
It kind of is, yeah. Absolutely.
To put it in the parlance of this game, a beholder with legs.
Nope, that's D&D. Actually, Cacodemons do System Pathfinder.
Cacodemons are based on the beholder.
Was I
And
just
no eye stalks.
was I just more right
Yeah.
about Pathfinder, albeit accidentally, than James?
You might have been.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
All right. Well, I mean, we're gonna roll for initiative. With Tulok beelining it forward, possibly a bit of a sticky situation here.
Nah, he's gonna live forever. Prove me wrong.
Sometimes I wonder. Let's get some initiative going. Why don't we go with Lady Gilda?
Well, how do we know they're not
Who's
friendly?
the farthest away?
It was such a big smile on
because
his
I'm
face.
asking you to roll initiative.
Also, I was avoiding notice. I would like to see if it notices me.
I mean, it just bounced into your presence. So yes.
Could have just
Fine.
been naturally bounces.
It's okay. I'm not gonna save you this time. I got a natural 1 for a 12.
Oh, you're so far away too. How about Krucka? What'd you get?
He got a natural 16 for a 26.
Okay, and Tulok.
7 on the die for a 19.
Okay, we are going to start with the creature that is so it's basically to the northwest of this room. What does this creature do? I have to double check. how this works and shit. It is going to, from where it's standing, first. Oh, do I have the range on this? Yeah, I do. It's going to spit some sweet, sweet acid into Tulok's face.
Called it.
And it's going to be, not great. 17 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. And it is then going to, from where it's standing, leap 15 feet over the pit and right up to Tulok. Is going to attempt to shove him.
So listeners, just a reminder, this thing doesn't have front legs, so it's essentially going to leapfrog into Tulok's stomach to try and push him backwards and possibly save him if he's choking.
I'd also like to know what their perception DC is.
They have 5 eyes.
I know, and I rolled low, but
Okay, so it's going to bounce against you, and it's going to be another shitty roll here. It's a 15 against your fortitude DC.
this doesn't happen often. Fortitude DC is 22.
Oh, yeah, no dice. Bounces into you, and then is going to attempt to bite you. Ooh, natural 20. But it's multiple attack penalty here. But it is a 25.
It's a hit.
Boo.
Okay, so you are going to take 36 points of damage.
Ouch.
What's its perception DC?
What's its perception DC? You're not hidden, bud.
You heard me.
I know where you're going. You're not hidden. Its perception DC is 23.
Okay, go on.
Okay. So you take 36 points of piercing damage, and you also get a bunch of its acidic saliva all over you for persistent acid damage on this sweet, sweet crit. Kraka, you're up. Tulok just took a big fucking hit.
That sucks for Tulok.
Does the bounding push him back at all?
It failed on its shove, so it just managed to reach him, and that's it.
Kruk is going to free action drop the light hammer, one action to put his butchering axe into 2 hands, stride up to the easternmost mouth with legs, and attempt to shove it into a pit.
Okay.
Oh.
So you have the shove trait on your axe, right?
Shove trait on the axe, so I can shove without a hand free.
Yeah, that's so sick. Remember that this is kind of against your attack penalty, but yeah, go for it.
A 24.
That's success.
Fuck yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. No, sorry. Shove against my fortitude DC, correct?
Correct, yeah.
No, it is a success.
Haha, fuck you.
Hell yeah.
You push it 5 feet back, and it falls into the pit. Amazing.
Kraka.
Watch that
that's so
first
good.
step, said a wise person.
Holy shit! I put that creature in the wrong spot, didn't I?
Didn't you?
What else you got?
That's 3. 1 to draw the axe, 1
That's
to move,
sweet.
1 to shove.
Okay.
Love it.
All right. Next one is the one that fell in the pit. And then Tulok, you're up.
Tulok will cast. With 2 actions, Tulok will reach out to this creature, touching it, and casting Vampiric Touch.
Oh.
I need a Fortitude save.
Okay. Fortitude save coming in.
Also, is the creature living?
Yes, it is.
Okay, perfect. Fortitude save.
Not a great roll on my end. 21.
You fail, sucker.
Whoa. Okay.
You take 21 points of damage,
Okay.
negative damage,
A negative. Gotcha.
and I gain 10 temporary hit points.
10 HP. Nice. If you put that in your stat block, it should auto-calculate the next time you take damage, which is fun.
Boom. Which lasts for 1 minute, just FYI. And then with my next attack, my next action, I will cast Guidance upon Lady Gilda.
Does she have to be in sight? Can't see her. That's a genuine question because I'm pretty sure.
I am genuinely looking.
Yeah. Range 30 feet. Target one creature.
Is Gilda within 30 feet of me?
Yep.
Well, it says nothing about sight.
It's debatable, but I'll allow it for now.
A sight is like factored into the components.
I don't know how it could because they're only verbal, somatic, and material. Not. There's no visual trait.
Right, but I think sight is normally featured into the somatic, but I can't remember. I looked this up, Les, for my wizard, but I honestly don't remember.
Okay. I mean, it's a divination spell, so I mean, he's using it from the occult side of things. But yeah, we'll just say yes. Go for it.
I'll take it.
You kind of know where she's at. You know who she is. You know she's your teammate. You're like, boom. I don't even care where she's at. I know you're just gonna aid her. That's you then.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and roll me a. Okay, you're gonna take 2 acid damage. Roll me a recovery check, please.
15.
Nice.
Oh, meat to beat. Okay, Lady Gilda, you're up.
Gilda, with her first 2 actions, is going to stride into the room. And with her final action, she's going to Spartan kick, or attempt to Spartan kick this creature into the pit. Following Krug's lead. Yeah, she's going to go for the shove using the guidance.
Okay.
That is a 21.
Not going to do it.
I will use a hero point.
Okay.
Natural 20 for a 34.
Oh,
yeah.
shit. Are you going to follow it into the hole?
I'm good.
You shove it 10 feet, and it's just the right amount for it to fall down the hole. Boom, counter over.
That's
I
easy.
did not see that coming.
We should have more pit-based encounters. I like this.
Let's wait a couple of levels so I can take Catfall.
Amazing.
So, Tulok puts his hand on Krukka's shoulder and says, maybe moving in here wasn't the best idea. Krukka, Lady Gilda, I should have let you go first. I don't know what's come upon me. It's the secrets of this place. It takes me sometimes, and I just want to drive further and further into the abyss. Thank
The
you
thirst
coming
for
to my aid.
knowledge drives many horses to drink. I don't have an end to this metaphor.
I feel like we're back to classic Krukka the last couple episodes, and I'm
yeah,
loving it.
seriously.
Gilda will lay on hands to lock for 10 HP back.
God. Oh, shit.
Or for 18
That's funny.
HP back, sorry.
All right, so you're in this room. There are 2 big pits, 3 small pits, and to the west, a stone throne of sorts with a couple of levers.
Yeah. Can I roll a medicine check on this acid so I can figure out how to staunch it?
It's already staunch. It's gone.
Oh, okay. Sorry. It looks like it's still on his
Yeah,
token.
he rolled his recovery check. Yeah, just
I'm
kind of
staunched up, baby.
staunched. Good to go.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Gilda will take a step forward, taking the defend action, and look into said pit.
You can see that there was once trap doors that would have been connected, but they've fallen away a long time ago, probably from decay. And they appear as though they might have been like a false floor, so like something very secretive. And below you can see and hear more water.
Okay.
It's very still, but yeah, it's there. It's a cavern, sort of a cavernous below, and lots of water.
Do we hear the creatures moving about?
Ooh, that's actually a great question. Yeah, not only do you hear the creatures moving about, you hear like the eventual like fall and then splash, and the fall and splash, and then you hear a little bit of rattling, and then in the water, and then you hear a slow rise of motion and disruption of the water that turns into like a ridiculous rending and splashing and like motion and cacophonous sound that echoes up through these holes.
Okay.
Shark pit?
Yeah, this is your
Shark.
classic sadistic throne room where they get to pull a lever and send their enemies to calamitous fall into it.
It's the Rancor pit, but with water.
Okay. But where's our salacious crab?
I think we just punted him into the water.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
I was gonna say Gilda really wants to pull one of these levers.
Yeah, they appear to be pretty much rusted. What's the word I'm looking for? Not shut,
Seized.
but seized. Thank you. They are seized with rust and can no longer be moved.
She moves back to the door, disappointed, taking the defend action to cover their flank.
With eyes wide, Tulok moves to the east and is with back pressed to the wall as far from the pit as possible, and would like to search on that side of the room.
Okay. Searching on the east side of the room, and you find nothing.
With eyes narrowed and his front pressed against the wall, Krugga will search the west.
Son of a bitch.
Krugga, you make your way towards the west and the throne, taking a look around, and you actually discover a little compartment in the throne itself that can be opened.
Oh, there's a small compartment for your remote.
Sorry, what's in there?
Inside, you see a bolt for a crossbow and a shimmering green scale, like from a scaly creature that's sitting on its own, and there are 31 pieces of gold.
Oh, okay. Anything special about this crossbow bolt?
That, my friend, would require a little magical check.
Anybody with better magic than Krugga wanna? Yeah, he'll hold it up and say, "This looks more mystical than I cared."
That's an 18 on the die, which I think is supposed to be a private check, but I can't.
That's fine. Yeah, it's you don't know. You could tell that it's magical, but you're not quite sure what its properties are.
Whoa. I was gonna say, can I join past to try to aid?
Oh God, why are you so slow on the uptake?
24, because you guys were talking I'm respectful.
And also suck it.
What does that do? So you give a +1, and that's a meet to beat, actually, for the 19.
Okay, dope. Thanks.
This is what's known as a climbing bolt. So the shaft of this bolt is wrapped with fine twine. When the bolt strikes a solid surface, the twine unwinds and enlarges to a 50-foot-long rope securely fastened to the surface the bolt struck. The rope can be pulled free with an interact action and a successful DC 20 athletics check.
Do we have one of these, or is this a different game?
I don't know if you ever had one of these in this game or another one. I don't remember.
I feel like we got one in TIO.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Did you? Okay.
Did anyone bring a crossbow?
No, but when we go back to town, I wouldn't say no to one. These javelins are not an ideal ranged weapon.
Tulok still on the other side would like to peer down into one of the three smaller pits. Does it go to the same place?
Same idea as before, yeah. Just these ladders that go down, and some of the rungs are missing. Requires a check, leads down to water.
Did you say there was another object we need to look at?
Yep.
There's a shimmering green
I'm going to throw into Lady Gilda's inventory.
Sure.
And then Krugga, I'm just going to give you the gold.
Yeah.
What are we rolling on the scale?
And the scale is going to be anything you want.
Okay. Tulok takes it in his hand.
And because you guys always forget, Duffy's like, I can taste one of these and let you know what sort of affinity it has to the magic. And gives it the swallow and is like, there seems to be no particular one. I'm not very helpful today. I'm sorry. Please don't forget about me.
I'm sorry.
I'm so lonely.
You sit upon my back so comfortably. I forget you're there sometimes, other than when I'm stuffing corpses inside you.
You know, Tulok, I didn't really appreciate how dangerous those blades were. They almost cleft me in twain. How rude.
Well, I'm glad you're still here with us.
Racist.
Tulok rolls a natural 1 on his check, so
Looks like a regular old scale to you. Want to use one of your sweet hero points? You get 1,000 of them, don't you? Oh, no, wait.
No,
You had to
I
spend
have
them all.
none.
I only got a 16 on religion, so
Also, I've been really mulling this over the last week since our last episode, and I think that Lady Gilda should have got a hero point for her quick thinking in picking up Tulok and bringing him to the other room. But that's just me, and I'm no GM.
Yeah, I'm not going to give hero points away for the obvious decision.
All right.
I mean,
so
it was
Tulok carries
awesome,
on.
but like we all knew she was going to do it. Anyone else for this sweet little scale?
I got a 16 in religion.
And Kruka got a 14. So let's move on.
Okay. Well, who wants it in their inventory so we can hold on to it for
Just
later?
toss it in the dumpster.
Duffy.
Okay. Putting it into the dumpster. As you said. I thought you said dumpster for a second, but okay. Unusual scale. Here you go. In the bag of holding. All right. What's next there, fellas?
Taking the defend action, the lady's going to move down the hallway to the west past the southern door and eyes front to the door in front of her and kind of gestures over her shoulder to Tulok and Kruga to the door behind her.
All right. So that's Tulok will listen and detect magic.
You do not detect magic beyond the western door.
Southern
door. Sorry.
Southern door. Okay.
You do detect some magic to the south.
Ooh, okay. Now, since I'm bad at this game,
Mm-hmm.
I have been forgetting some things. Now that this is heightened, I can learn the School of Magic for the highest effect within range. If there's multiple effects that are equally as strong, the Idiot Barn determines which... Oh, sorry, the GM determines which you learn.
It's really weird how Paizo wrote the Idiot Barn right into the spell.
Into what's that about?
I know. I wanted to save his ego, so I had to change it.
And I've seen it on the forums. They were like, "Nope, not a typo. Not a typo. We stand by it." But no one knows what it means.
Jason Bowman's personal attack.
They errated it and just bolded it.
Fuck you, Jason Bowman.
Okay.
I'm joking. I love your work. Let's. Yeah. Okay. So you detect the School of Magic now. That's pretty sweet. You are detecting something that is a combination of divine and primal. So that's not a School of Magic so much as a magical tradition. So actually, maybe I should look further into that if that's the case. How does this work? Yeah, that's enough for that one. Actually, I think. And then the other one.
It's just the highest.
Is
just the highest.
No, they're equal.
Oh, you just pick one then.
Okay, sorry. So, I forget what I said about the traditions. School of Magic, you detect necromancy and conjuration.
Okay, so Tulok says, I feel a magic source behind me here, behind this door. Necromantic conjuration.
And they're separate sources.
Two separate sources, I feel now. Something gave me that feeling. And he steps back past Kruka to the east and says, be on your guard.
Yeah, that's a smart move. That is a dangerous combination of magics, if I recall my studies correctly.
Sounds par for the course.
Okay, defending.
Wait, do they have golf in?
Yeah, but it's pronounced Golflarian.
Ooh.
Oh.
And Gilda tries the door.
Locked.
I don't think I'm going to get through this one.
We should check to see if it's trapped magically.
Be my guest. She doesn't know what she's looking for.
Now that she's tried it.
Well, yeah.
Now we'll check.
Well, it's more like she doesn't know what she's looking for. Like, her thievery is untrained and a +1. Like,
Yeah.
this is not her bag.
You,
is there a way to determine, because I don't know where the magic is coming from. I can just sense it within the 30 feet. Now,
Correct. I've given you the direction. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but yeah, you know it's within 30 feet. From what
so can I determine if there's a magical trap on the door?
No. I believe there's like a even further heightening of that cantrip. Is there not?
Right, but that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to
Okay.
roll like an occultism to see if I know anything about if there could be a magical trap, or it's just something within
Right.
Or a thievery, or whatever you want.
I mean, yeah, roll me a thievery.
Thievery's dangerous because you can pop that lock. Like if there is a trap.
He's rolling thievery without the tools. Like he can still inspect the lock
Oh.
using thievery.
Gotcha.
You know, you can kind of use most skills with as a recall knowledge in a way. Like, you know, I know, you know, that's feasible athletically or not, as it were.
21, sir.
Appears to be a very complicated lock.
Oh, but we have a cool key.
Do you?
Yeah.
And what does that key do?
That I don't know.
Presumably opens something.
We have it is an unusual round shafted tipped with several teeth of varying lengths.
Oh yes, the round key.
Yeah, the aptly named round key, which is just a regular key.
I don't know. I don't own any round keys.
It's describing
the
the
shaft
loop
is
on
round?
the end. The shaft is round, and its description is several teeth of varying lengths, which is just how locks work.
It's just a key.
Yeah.
It's like an old. It's an old school key with a round shaft, but it's literally just a key.
Yeah.
Okay. So, can I determine whether that is the same? Like, do I think that would work in this lock?
Gilda hands it to you.
Does not work.
It's not the key for this lock, and it seems very complex. Perhaps we move along and come back here later.
Yeah, throw the key away then. Wait.
Tulog whips it into the water pit.
We could try knocking, she suggests. Like, not expecting to be taken seriously, but there's also not a whole lot else that's happening.
Krucka will not will not take it that she's choking and just knock right away.
Dunk, dunk, dunk.
Right.
Enough.
I forgot he's a literal.
Good idea.
Does anything happen?
As a wise man once said, knock and ye shall receive.
What's the door made out of?
And you receive nothing. Wood with banded iron. Pretty common around these parts.
But sorry, so nothing happened?
Nothing happens now.
Oh, okay.
You can always force it open with an athletics check.
Yep.
There's always that.
She, Gilda moves back in front of the door and throws her body weight and her shield into the door.
Well, blam. Athletics, go. What do you got?
33.
Oof.
Nice. Cracks. Busts that thing down and leads to a little 10-foot hall with another door.
She immediately halts and listens.
That is quite a knock.
Halts and listens and hears nothing but the faint echo of the door slamming open.
She shrugs. Looks at Tulok and Kruga.
Tulog nods.
Still taking the defend action, she moves to the next door in the hallway and tries the lock.
Blocked.
Tries the round key.
No dice.
Try knocking again.
You boys might want to back up a touch here. And she throws her weight into this one. That's only a 24. She's a little tired from the last one.
Oh yeah, it doesn't quite budge. You almost had it, but it doesn't quite budge.
And she goes again. For a
Krucka
19.
will try to aid her this time. Oh.
Okay. Yeah, she's getting tired, so she just kind of she backs off.
No dice.
I think we can get there for you, Kruga, if you want to take a swing.
One good knock should do it.
Like massaging her shoulder.
And Krucka breaks his foot with a 15.
He just trips along the way.
Perhaps.
Shoulder down.
Perhaps we should try another.
what does the lock look like? Is it as intricate as the first one?
Yes. Which I don't know how you guys feel about it, but maybe that makes you want to get in there.
It does.
That does make me want to get in there. Double lock door.
Yeah. 2 double lock. And by complicated, I mean you need 4 successful. There are 4 tumblers to this lock. You need 4 successful checks.
Insanity.
Yeah. And I'll tell you right now, the DC is 25.
Trying to save some dignity, Krucka would like to search the walls of the small hovel.
We could always try a fastball special there, Krugga, if you want.
Awkwardly starts checking. I can see it. Oh my god, I can see it. Just trying to save face.
just like bouncing on one foot,
here.
like he braces himself with his 2 hands against the wall and then pretends to make it look like he's searching.
I mean, Tulok could attempt a bunch of thievery checks here and also burn my 3 second level spells using knock on myself.
You also have the sneaky key. That's what the key I thought you were talking about earlier.
Sneaky.
That might have been on Carmen.
Sneaky key. It's a talisman. No, it's on two.
Oh, I
it's
have
on
it.
Tulok's inventory. Yeah, you
Oh.
have to be an expert in thievery. But
Oh,
you basically pin it to your armor or sleeve, and you activate it for
Yeah,
the
but
next
the
minute.
issue is with that is I'm not expert with thievery.
Oh. It just allows you to avoid critical failures. That's basically it.
Yeah.
For a minute.
You know what?
You also have 2 keys in your inventory.
They've been used.
Oh, okay.
I'm 99% sure.
I imagine this would be like a key with a real description. So, if that doesn't work, Krugga, you want to try a fastball special?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, it sounds like you guys want to do a fastball special. Why don't you guys
No,
go first before
I
waste my
would
spell?
much rather you try and pick this lock than have Krugga throw Gilda at the door.
Oh, I was
Okay.
gonna ask who's the ball and who's the mitt, but I guess
Yeah.
that's how we're doing it.
Hey-o.
You're Colossus, I'm Wolverine, clearly.
All right.
For those of you who aren't Marvel Comics fans, a fastball special is when Colossus throws Wolverine.
And that's that.
Ah.
I love it.
Enough said.
I love it so much.
Okay, so Tulok uses Otari's Thieves' Tools to
Okay. Nice.
pick the lock. 25.
Meet to beat. First tumbler, hold through.
Damn. So that's actually like a decently high roll for me. Okay,
Mhm.
Tulok will cast knock on himself.
Okay. Which does what again?
+4.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're getting a +1 item bonus from Otari's Thieves' Tools. And you get a +4 status bonus from this? The answer is yes, by the way.
Yes. Sorry, I was just reading it because I just want to clarify if I have to use it for every attempt or if it's duration 1 minute. So actually, I only have to cast it once.
Yep.
And then here we go. So I get a +5.
That's awesome. That's a massive bonus in this game.
It should knock you up more often.
Son of a bitch, 23. With a fucking 6 on the die.
Oh, nope. Fail.
Okay, I go again. 24. Another fail. I go again.
Wait, no, hold on. 24 plus 5.
plus
right?
5. Sorry. 29. Woo! Let's start it all
Success.
over again.
Jeez.
33.
Success.
35.
Oh.
Crit success on the last one where it doesn't count.
No, that's
Meanwhile-
that's just 3 in a row.
It's gonna be. Oh yeah, you're right. 4 consecutive. Yeah, fair enough.
So does
So then it does count because you get 2 on a critical success.
boom, boom, big thief
Perfect.
guy.
Nice.
Meanwhile, Kraka's still just checking the walls, as you're like, concentrating.
No.
You're like sweating.
There doesn't seem to be anything here.
Gilda's like stretching her legs, getting ready to be thrown.
Tulok is down on one knee with Otari's Thieves' Tools, just feeling the tumblers within and just really hoping and praying that he can get this open. And he's with Otari on his mind and bringing vengeance to him. He just feels that pop as the tumbler clicks.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I find this this imagery so funny. It's killing me. Sorry, Scott. I know you're getting all specific and dramatic, and I'm just like, I can't stop picturing Kaka and Lady Gilda while you're like doing the serious job. Oh God.
Tulok moves away and allows you fucking jokers to carry on.
The lady takes her place at the front and shield up, limbered up, opens the door.
You open the door to a room with shelves that are well stocked with jars and preserved organs, crates filled with bones wrapped in rags and surgical tools. 2 armor stands flank a weapon rack to the south, but they bear only a pair of gnarled sticks in leather sheaths.
She will...
Wands, baby, wands.
Gilda will take a 5-foot step into the room and see if anything happens.
Nothing happens.
She'll take another 5-foot step directly forward.
You good?
Holding her breath, she'll take one more.
You fine?
And the last one.
You good?
Okay. I think this one's safe. She calls out.
Tulok can barely contain his excitement as he pushes past Krucka and into the room.
You start taking a look around this room, and you discover a few bottles of liquid that appear to be of some use. One is purple, one is green, one is silver. And Tulok, I assume, since you said it, you head towards those sheathed sticks of wood.
You got that right.
And oh yes, they are indeed some wands, but they are not occult. You will have to roll a check. 2 wands and 3 bottles of liquid, purple, green, and silver.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll occultism, and I would like to check those wands first. Please remember that I have a skill feat called Oddity Identification, where I get a +2 circumstance bonus to identify magic with the mental, possession, prediction, or scrying traits.
Okay, what? Can you post that to me in the chat so I can better understand? Identify magic with the mental, possession, prediction, or scrying traits. Okay, all right, cool. All right, gotcha.
Would anyone like to help me take a look at these and see if you can help me figure out what they are?
I would. Why do you keep forgetting about me, Master Tulok? I thought we were friends.
That's true, Duster. But does anyone else want to aid as well, or?
What skill are you rolling?
Occult.
No, I'm good.
I'll try, I guess.
It's all good. He passes it to Duffy and rolls a 28. I'm hoping that's good enough. Sorry, because I just shut you down.
Yeah,
I feel
well,
bad now.
Doesn't matter anyways.
Well, if you had remembered what I do, you would have waited to roll. Because I tell you what works best and what doesn't, not give you a bonus, you dingleberry. But it turns out that 28 works well anyway. Success! You have found a wand of healing.
I'm really worried for Duffy that he knows what a dingleberry is. Like, what kind of life did he used to lead?
I've read many a book.
We've got him eating corpses, so it's not like...
I guess that's true.
It was featured in a book about animal husbandry, on the chapter about sheep, and how dangerous it can be to let dingleberries lie. You must trim and take care.
God, okay.
That's enough.
Cut the mic.
Duffster.
Yeah, you've got a wand of heal, which is divine and primal, but could still be very useful if you can activate it.
I might be able to activate it.
I mean,
So you actually don't have the spell casting feature
Right.
as a champion, so you can't just automatically activate it.
I didn't mean
I
automatically.
did look into that a while back.
Yeah.
Anyone can attempt for sure, but don't you have trick magic item?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought so.
never mind. You're good. You do you.
So Tulok will take it. I'm gonna activate the item, and So I use my level as my proficiency bonus and the highest of my intelligence, wisdom, or charisma modifiers.
Oh, so 6 plus your charisma modifier?
Appears that way. And then...
And the DC... I mean, how is it DC? I mean, do you want to activate it right now?
Yes.
If he activates it for 1,
okay.
there's no DC. It just acts as the heal spell, so it's 1d8 healing. But it does have heighten +1, but I don't think you can heighten a wand.
Mm-mm.
You determine
No, I
the
don't
DC
believe
by the item's level.
It is a level 2 wand specifically, so it is already heightened to a level 2 in this case. I determine the DC.
Yes. Here you go. Look at this block of text that's been confusing me.
DC's by spell level I have here. It'll be DC 18.
So I roll and then I add like my charisma plus my level, so 10.
So you have to use a skill matching the item's tradition. So you have to roll religion or nature if you want to activate it.
I would like to try.
And then yeah, it's you said it yourself. I'm still searching through here, but it's basically a +8. Yeah.
No, sorry, that was just my religion roll.
Oh, okay.
I'm confused.
Yeah. Hold on.
The item's level is 2, so that's
yeah.
going to be the DC.
Yeah. So yeah, the whole like your level plus charisma is if you're you're doing a spell attack roll, there's a spell DC required, which is not the case.
Oh, copy that.
You just have, but you do have to beat the DC of 18, to activate it using either nature or religion.
So Tulok takes the wand and looks at it, determines what it is by just the way that it feels in his hands, but knows that he can't use the power, and just wills it to work and casts it upon himself.
Nice.
Lablam, heal level 2, which is
2d8.
I mean, there's a 1 action, 2 action, 3 action to heal, of course, but yeah, it's normally a 1d8. Heightened is another 1d8. Is that right?
Yeah, it's 2d8 at 2nd level. For a 1 action, for a 2 action, it is 16 flat, and for a 3 action, it's a 1d8 but a 30-foot emanation.
Okay,
and
cool.
can you put that into my...
Oh, sorry. It's all 2d8. Second, 2 actions, 2d8 plus 16, but it's a range. No.
Right.
Range of 30 feet. Heal if you're a living creature. Increase the hit points by 8. Yeah, okay.
Freeman, do you have the item?
Yeah.
And then 3 action is the burst.
Okay, so Tulok activates it and receives 14 points of healing, thus bringing himself a little closer to full because he was actually down and risking it in this room. Now, the other wand.
Oh, this one seems to be more attuned to the nature and arcane side of things.
And Tulok rolls an Arcana for 18.
No dice.
Crocker, you know about nature, do you not?
I have been outside.
Would you care to look at this?
Of course.
Tulok will aid with a 28.
And with the aid, that's a 27.
This is a wand of summon animal level 2.
Nice.
I have seen this outside where there are also animals.
Also of the arcane and primal traditions, so not on anyone's spell list.
All right, Tulok will just toss that in the bag of holding as well.
And then you have 3 liquids, purple, green, and silver, all crafting checks.
I'm out.
Krako's got it. And by got it, I
Which
mean
color?
will attempt it. Let's start with purple.
Which color are you going to go with?
Lucky
Purple? Okay.
number purple. 25.
It is a bestial mutagen. You can transform into something bestial, and you take on the muscle mass, but your lumbering form is clumsy. You gain a +2 item bonus to athletics checks and unarmed attack rolls. You get a claw unarmed attack for 1d6 slashing with the agile trait, and a jaws attack for 1d8 piercing. The drawback is you have a -1 penalty to AC and -2 penalty to reflex saves, and it lasts for 10 minutes.
I've heard of these. We call it swole juice.
And he'll be
I could be interested in swole juice.
and he will offer it to Lady Gilbert.
She will happily squirrel that away in one of her belt pouches.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Swole juice.
Especially now that she can interact with her shield up.
Oh god. Okay. Now you have green and silver left.
Go silver.
Okay.
A 20.
It's a quicksilver mutagen. Your features become thin and angular. You become swift and nimbler, but your body also becomes fragile. You get a +2 bonus to acrobatics checks, stealth checks, thievery checks, reflex saves, and dexterity-based attack rolls. And you get a +10 feet status bonus to your speed. The drawback is you take damage equal to twice your level, and you can't recover hit points lost this way by any means while the mutagen lasts. And you take a -2 penalty to fortitude saves, again, for 10 minutes.
He'd like to hold on to that one.
And the last one.
A 21.
This is a juggernaut mutagen. After you drink this mutagen, your body becomes thick and sturdy. You exhibit a healthy glow, though you tend to be ponderous and unobservant. You gain a +2 item bonus to fortitude saves and 10 temporary hit points. Whenever you are at max hit points for at least a full minute, you regain temporary hit points. You take a -2 penalty to will saves, perception checks, and initiative rolls for 10 minutes.
Dr. Banner's incredible elixir.
Kane Marco was right there, but I appreciate the effort.
Yeah, well.
I guess it's not technically a gem, so fair play.
I mean, it's technically not gamma radiation either, so.
Hey, let's not be hasty. It is green, and we don't know what's in there.
That's fair. He'll start to offer it to Tulok, being a small and frail person, but then thinks better of it and holds on to it himself.
Okay. All right. Quite the hall in this room. Maybe not necessarily built exactly for this party, but it's not bad.
Are you taking the wand holsters, Tulok?
Are they real wand holsters or are they flavor wand holsters?
I mean, they're flavor wand holsters.
A quick
They
draw
have no
those
mechanical benefits. You can attach them to your person if you like.
Not like the wrist sheaths or anything, I guess.
No.
That's too bad. Those wrist sheaths, along with the weapon cord, were some of the best mundane weapons, or some of the best mundane equipment in 1E.
Yeah, so cool.
I think we need to homebrew a weapon cord.
All right. What now?
Onward and westward?
Pretty much. Taking the defend action, she listens at the door.
Here's nothing.
She's got a pretty good idea. She knows where this is. But she will step out of the way if anybody wants to listen.
Tulok listens. Detects magic.
Nothing.
She opens.
You open the door, yep, and your navigational skills are true. You've come back full circle to where you first entered in that round room, where that center hole goes all the way down. You can get that whiff of heat and sulfur from deep below. This is where you fought the Grothlets and the Gibbering Nether.
It's crazy that we Forrest Gumped our way here, because our original plan was just to walk clockwise around this room, and now we've done some of the farthest side, I think.
Mission accomplished.
Pretty much.
This map's like a proper maze. It's like it's very all over the place.
It really is.
Yeah.
Tulok wanders silently just back into that room, and he just wants to search it for secret doors as well.
Sure. He does not come across anything.
Okay, and then he wanders back into the hall and says, "Where should we go next? Back towards the fungus?"
Is there any value in going back there? Did we clear the east?
There's another hall.
There's always another bloody hall.
There was still a door south from the fungus. You still have a door south of this room, which you know at this point definitely leads to the Grand Concourse. You also, to the southwest of the Grand Concourse, there was a couple other ways to go as well, given the over and under of like the bridge and stairs and stuff.
Right.
And not to mention the end of the Grand Concourse, which appears to open up to a large space.
Yeah, I'm game for wherever you guys want to go.
Yeah, let's check out the fungus and move quickly past it.
Finish this area.
Okay, so you backtrack to the fungus room and beeline your way through the room.
Krucka said for sure that the spores can attack you even if you don't breathe them.
Yeah, it's just you just don't want to linger.
Yeah, Gilda just runs through and opens the door at the other end of the hallway.
As Tulok
cracks
moves
open.
through, he would like to just do a perception check to see if he sees anything in the room of value other than the fungus and the couch. A glint of anything, just anything out of place.
I think that's actually a spell.
It looks like there might be something shiny within the cushions of the couch there, right in amongst the mushrooms.
Okay.
Feeling brave.
It's probably just a nickel if I've learned anything from real life.
Tulok would like to pull out from his pouch one of the bones. He's casting Mage Hand.
Yes. Good call. Good
Nice.
call. Finally
That is good.
spending another one of those bones. Spend it away. It is gone. Yeah, you can sift around the couch there safely from a distance, and you find a total of 13 pieces of silver. However, they appear to be of a rare sort that was minted centuries ago by what is a would now be known as a long shuttered mint. So each one is worth 4 gold apiece.
Ooh. If my math holds, that's 52 gold.
Ew.
Did that in my
You have
head. no big
13 rare silver pieces,
Okay.
and you can safely exit the room. And yeah, I'd say Tulok gets a hero point for that. Why not?
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
a clever
Nice.
use.
Yeah.
Something you got a long time ago.
That's a reminder to listeners. Go through your couch cushions. There might be change in there.
Yeah. You enter a room. It's basically a sitting room that glows with the light of a fire crackling pleasantly in a web-choked fireplace on the east wall. There's a large divan that is pushed against the door to the northwest. And there, in that door, there are several pitons pounded into the gap between the stone door and the frame to ensure that it remains shut.
We're obviously going to open that one first.
A roaring fire and a boarded up door. Nothing sinister.
It might be Jal. We haven't seen him in a spell.
True. Tulok would like to look at the fire. Is it hot?
It does have some heat, but it does appear to be sustained by magic.
So it is truly a fire. It's not like an ever-burning torch that doesn't produce heat.
That's correct. And there are several harmless spiders that sort of inhabit the area. It's a nice, dry, warm place. And they're all all spread around the room and around the fireplace. But yeah, it is hot.
Tulok would just like to search the brickwork of the fireplace.
Sure. Yeah. And it appears to be mundane, if not well made.
All right.
Nap time.
Gilda closes the door and listens at the one that's clearly...
There's also
Shut.
another door a little bit south of that, and a door just directly on the southern wall as well. But yeah, the one that's the northwest of this room is behind the divan and pitoned, wedged shut. It appears as though you could definitely work your way at removing these pitons and getting your way in, but it will take some time. In fact, it's going to take about 10 minutes or so with a crowbar or pry tool to work your way through it. And you're not going to be able to do it quietly.
Does she hear anything behind it?
You don't. But then again, it is, unlike the other doors, it is a heavy stone door. Against stone.
Should we open the other doors first to make sure we're not snuck up upon?
That would be wise.
Are you guys conversing in like hushed tones or just at regular volume?
I think quiet because Tulok assumes that there's something behind this door. That was a stage whisper on my part.
No, I that's why I wanted to confirm. It may not be a bad idea to just try and treat with whatever's behind this door, because it I'm assuming it looks like it's been there for a while. Can she investigate, like, if there's dust that's settled on the pitons or on the divan to at least determine a timeline behind this?
Oh yeah, it looks like it's been sitting like this quietly and untouched for a long, long time.
So I'm not opposed to trying the other doors first, but I think it might be worth attempting to treat with whatever's behind this door before we just open it up and enter combat.
I'm with you.
I agree. You could try to pry it open with a striking gaff.
Yeah, I mean, I have a crowbar, but let's check these other doors. You're always right. We should never leave stuff like that up to chance, especially if we're going to be making noise for 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Tulok would just like to, he would exclude the magical fire from his detect magic, and we'll detect magic at the doors.
Yeah, you detect sweet, familiar residual magic. Something you detected before.
What type?
Conjuration.
All right, Tulok says, I detect conjuration magic behind these doors. Lady, or Krucka, perhaps you should go first. They might just close on their own.
Looking back, I imagine Lady Gilda is still rolling her eyes, or...
No, she's good. She's shield up. She's ready. Like,
okay, well,
you guys aren't just walking around feeling the walls anymore. Or just rushing headlong into a room in your jerkins without an armor plate.
That's me.
Sure, always with the jerkins. He will open the door.
It opens to another teleportation circle.
Hey,
Fuck.
Hell yeah! This is our home base on this level. That's what this is supposed to be.
Well, Master Tulok, this seems to be in your area of expertise.
I fucking bet this is an ally. I bet it's an ally.
Okay. Well, I like those odds.
I got a hero point. I'll bet you.
You want to bet another hero point?
Yeah, I'll bet you a hero point that there's an ally back there.
Hell yeah. I love it. We're making it interesting.
All right.
Call back to last week.
All right.
Yeah, call back to last week.
He's a gambling man.
If I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna back it. I don't have anything else of value.
All right. Make a note. You checking the Seth door first?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I exclude that from my detect magic.
Yeah. You do not detect, or you don't hear anything. You do not detect anything.
Go ahead. I do not detect it.
Krucka will take a step south and open.
Opens the door to a very large room with overturned tables and benches, all made of petrified wood that lies scattered around the edges of a very expansive chamber. There are pale bones that are interspersed within these furnishings. Several preserved monster heads and silver plaques adorn the walls. A glowing circle of runes is etched on the floor in the alcove to the east, should you step in a bit further. It's a big room filled with broken furniture and lots of bones.
He'll look backwards and say, even
the tables have been scared in this room. They're petrified.
The last time we came upon a room filled with broken furniture and lots of bones, it was a giant skeleton.
Okay.
But the only person in the party who was there for that is Tulok.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm almost high enough level to make those myself.
Lady Gilda was totally there.
Because she
For
didn't want
the
to fall in the
skill?
water.
Oh yeah.
She punched the Minotaur. Yeah.
You're welcome for the air.
So she speaks that aloud to the group then. Last time we came upon a room with a bunch of broken furniture and bones, I had to knock out a Minotaur skeleton.
A miniature skeleton doesn't sound too bad.
Oh,
That is technically correct there, Krucka.
So he'll nod and take a step in the room.
Not relevant, but correct.
You take a step in the room and there's nothing.
Okay. So you said 3 doors to the left.
There's a door immediately to the west. There's one in the middle, and then one southwest, and there's another one along a wall on the south. Plus, to the south, there's a very long, wide hallway that leads downstairs. A lot of ways to go from here.
Well, now that we know that there's nothing immediately here, perhaps we try this northern door.
Yes, good idea.
And
Lady Gilda, what do you think of that?
Yeah, I think that might be our best idea. It looks like this could be a little place of respite in the arena. I can try and open up the door if you want to work on the teleportation circle to give us a quick exit.
Yes, I will do that.
while they're doing that, Greco will search the room that they just came back from.
You're going to search the big room?
Ooh, careful.
Boo, yeah, maybe not.
I mean, go ahead, but that ritual is going to take like an hour.
True, yeah. Maybe can I just aid Lady Gilda to speed that up?
You guys get to work on that probably, shoulder to shoulder, working on each piton. It's not quite 5 minutes instead of 10, but, it's definitely a few minutes less as you yank and pry and pull and bang at this purposely shut door. And as you're hitting it and hitting it and hitting it and pulling it apart, it slowly becomes easier to get your, see fingers in the gaps. You can see it loosening on its hinges. And eventually you get the last piton out and are able to open the door. And when you do, you see a glowing circle of runes that covers the floor in this chamber. There's parchment covering a cramped writing desk situated in the north wall, and splintered remains of a bed are piled in the far corner. And standing there, waiting for you, hunched over with a long, big walking stick, and wrapped in parchment from head to toe, with a cloak on, is this creature.
That's the fucking devil they warned us about. The deal devil, I think.
Oh shit.
And you just hear a crackly, dry voice that just says, "Oh my, it's been some time." And that's what we're going to call it.
Sweet.
Stemming the Tide is an actual play podcast of the Adventure Path Abomination Vaults and is produced by the Uncharted North Network. Stemming the Tide uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Stemming the Tide is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Music is composed by Will Savino and artwork by Greyhood. Stemming the Tide is recorded remotely using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. If you wish to connect with us or support this project and projects to come, we can be found at unchartednorth.ca, patreon.com/unchartednorth, and on all major social media platforms. Links to all credits can be found in the episode description and our website. Thanks for tuning in.